Hey guys, it's One Trick Nick, and you're probably here because you want to learn some tips from Mirage. So as you can see, I'm a pretty experienced Mirage man myself. You know, I've been playing Mirage for a while. I've been playing Mirage since the game came out. And without further ado, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. So, as you can see, is the Gibby gets knocked, and I'm reviving him. And what he does immediately is he grabs a shield swap. With the new changes to his revive that allows you to have 3 seconds after invisibility or 20 meters out when you slide jump, you can use this to get a shield swap from the floor or from a box when you first get revived while you're invisible. As well, in this other clip, if there is no shield swap available, as you can see, I revive the Gibby and then he immediately can get behind cover. So this is also really good for repositioning when you get knocked. And in this last revive, you can see I revive, and since when someone on your team gets knocked, the enemy team is going to want to push, I'd say about 90% of the time. After you revive them, you can use that invisibility to reposition on an enemy and then knock them. And because of that, this new revive is very, very strong, and you can use it in multitudes of ways to get immense value out of the changes from his revive. His revive is easily probably one of the better parts of his kit, but if you know how to use his decoys can be very strong. And without further ado, let's get into the decoy part. So, when you're in the open, you always want to have a decoy next to you. I really don't care if you're running like 5 steps. Always run with a decoy in front of you or next to you, like in this video shown here. The reason you want to do this is because let's say an enemy is looking at you, there is a 50% chance that he'll shoot the decoy, and then you'll be alerted of his position where he is, and you'll have time to react and reposition accordingly. So just sending out a decoy and running with a decoy is such a simple thing to do, but is also very strong to do. So this is a more advanced Mirage tip, but when you are pushing someone, pretend there's like a wall right there, okay, and they're behind cover. You could send out a decoy in front of you, slide jump, and then shoot at them. Because they'll see a decoy slide jump canceling towards them, and their first instinct was to be, this is a real player because he has movement like that. And if I saw it, I would shoot that too. And because of this, they will be looking at the decoy, which then allows you to get free shots on him before he can even react and shoot you, as well as also getting intel. So now I'm going to show a slow motion of how to do the decoy slide jump. So what you want to do is send a decoy out, okay? You want to hold L1 and then let go of it so that it automatically controls. Then you want to have your gun holstered so you get the biggest slide jump possible. You want to run, then you want to slide jump and pull out your gun. When you're doing that, your gun should be pulled out mid-air like shown in the slow-mo, and then you can use that to get the most momentum possible and kill the enemy as shown in the slow motion clip. Another tip that is very valuable is when there is an enemy. When you're fighting an enemy, just having a decoy next to you can be so strong, because if their teammate is shooting at you, there is a chance that their teammate might see like, oh wait, they're here, he might be here, this might be another teammate, and shoot him. So you'll be alerted of where the enemy is and have time to reposition accordingly, depending on where the enemy is. Next, moving on, how to push someone when they are behind a wall with a decoy. So what you want to do first is so let's say there's an enemy right here, right? And you have a wall right here. It won't be this thick, okay? But just pretend that like the wall is slimmer. What you could do is slide jump into the wall, jump off it, and send a decoy flying like that. So they will see a decoy jumping here. So they might think it's like a pad, or they climbed up and I'm dropping on them. So their first instinct will to be to shoot here. And then you could come from around here and shoot him like that. So this is a little bit more advanced, but it works very, very well. The next tip is, let's say you want to climb up something. You could jump and then send out a decoy, and the decoy will be set in the sky, and then it will land on top of there, so it looks like they already climbed up. So then an enemy might shoot it, they'll waste ammo, you reveal their position, then you can climb up and shoot them accordingly. This is a very situational tip, but when you're climbing up like a building, for example, you can just send out a decoy above, they shoot it, and then you can get free shots off of it. when you're pushing up somewhere, you can send a decoy up to a different angle, and then, for example, you can climb up. They'll shoot the decoy thinking someone is pushing most of the time, and then you could reveal their position, and then while they're reloading, because their first instinct after shooting a decoy is to reload most of the time. This is about, I'd say about 70% of the player base's first instinct. You can then come and then shoot them because you know exactly where they are. Another way to do this when pushing up is you can send a decoy a little bit ahead of you like this, and it'll look more like a real player. They'll shoot it, you'll get the ping, and then you can like ult on them, get a free kill, then go back to the middle of the ult to disperse the decoys again, and then you can go target the next player. Okay, so this tip is very, very simple. But when you ult, when the invisibility is about to run out, just change the direction that you were originally running, because most players will see that you're going in the same direction and know which one's the real Mirage. So just change your direction. Even if it's just left or right, that just change that direction is so valuable to just bamboozle and use your ult better. The next tip is when you use your ult, keep track of where the middle of your ult is, because if you're getting shot at by a lot of people, you could run back into the middle of the ult and then change your direction to disperse and confuse the enemy, because a lot of the times when you run back into the middle, they just won't be able to follow because they disperse in all different directions, and that is a very valuable way to reposition, get a free kill, and just do a lot more stuff. So I highly recommend doing that. Another ultimate tip is when you're using the ultimate, when the invisibility is about to run out, send out your tactical decoy, because then it looks like an enemy is running at them, and they'll shoot that because someone is running towards them, like, okay, that's the real Mirage. Then you can use that to punish them and kill them. The last tip with your ult is, let's say you just want to reposition from like a short distance to here. You could use the invisibility you have and the decoys that disperse to reposition from a different spot to here, because let's say you want to get to your teammates and there's someone holding you, you get your ult back so fast that you can just use your ult like that. You get it back in less than a minute, so you could just use your ult like that, and you won't really be racing it because it'll allow you to get to one place from another without getting knocked or losing a lot of HP. Because in Apex, you want to deal the most amount of damage without taking a lot of damage, and you could do that very well with Mirage. So this is how to use Mirage in Season 16. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot from these tips. And if you guys did, I hope you guys like and subscribe for more tips as well as other Apex related content. And I hope you guys have a good day.